Atlanta, 2009. State investigators noticed something impossible in the city's school test results. Answer sheets where wrong answers have been erased and replaced with right ones, at rates you could not produce by chance if you tried. Not one classroom. Hundreds of them. Teachers and principals had been gathering after hours for what prosecutors later called erasing parties. By the end of it, 35 educators were indicted, under racketeering laws written for the mafia. Nobody in that school district set out to run a crime ring. They set a target. The target did the rest. Goodhart's law. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. Quick honesty check first. Because this channel flags its legends. Charles Goodhart never actually wrote that sentence. His 1975 original was drier. Any observed statistical regularity collapses once you lean on it for control. The famous one-liner came from anthropologist Marilyn Strathern 22 years later. The law is real either way, and by the end, you'll understand why every dashboard you trust starts lying the moment you trust it. And what to do instead. Goodhart was a Bank of England economist watching something embarrassing happen in monetary policy. Every time the bank chose a money supply measure to steer the economy, that measure stopped predicting anything. Precisely because they were steering with it. Here's why that's inevitable. A metric is a proxy, a shadow of the thing you actually care about. Left unwatched, the shadow tracks the object faithfully. But make the shadow the target. Attach bonuses, rankings, league tables, and people learn to move the shadow directly. Test scores once measured learning. Make them the target, and you can raise scores without raising learning. Teach to the test, narrow the syllabus. Or reach for an eraser. The correlation you built the metric on is exactly the thing your pressure destroys. Remember the rat farms from last episode? A bounty corrupts behavior. Goodhart's law is one step worse. A target corrupts the measurement itself. The thermometer starts lying. Look around, and the lying thermometers are everywhere. Call centers targeted on call duration learn to hang up mid-sentence. Average handle time. Excellent. When New York State began publishing report cards for heart surgeons, the published numbers improved, but researchers found the riskiest patients were quietly finding it harder to get surgery at all. The score got healthier. The patients didn't. Police forces judged on crime statistics reclassify crimes downward. Universities climb the rankings by optimizing exactly what the rankings count, and nothing else. And the famous Soviet nail factory, paid by weight, it cast a few gigantic nails. Paid by quantity, a million tiny useless ones. That one's a parable, flagged as such. It survives because everyone who has ever owned a KPI recognizes it instantly. Now, the catch. The wrong lesson is to stop measuring. Unmeasured systems do not stay honest. They just drift with no alarm bell. Goodhart's law doesn't kill metrics. It kills naive metrics under unlimited pressure. So steal the working defenses. Pair every metric with a countervailing partner. Speed with quality, volume with complaints. So gaming one trips the other. Rotate metrics before the gaming matures. Keep some numbers as thermometers, never targets. The moment a bonus touches a measurement, you've changed what it measures. And keep judgment in the loop. Numbers should inform the decision. They should never be the decision. So tomorrow, find the one number your team truly optimizes and ask the survival question. If we maximize this and absolutely nothing else, would the mission survive? If the answer makes you wince, give that number a partner metric this week. That's the entire move. And next time, the law that built every casino on Earth. In 1913, at a Monte Carlo roulette table, black came up 26 times in a row, and a room full of rational adults lost fortunes, betting that red was overdue. It wasn't. It never is. The gambler's fallacy. Next law.